Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf Plays the Burglar. We are here at the House of Celeborn, where we are about to enter into Volume 3 of the epic storyline. We're going to have a little bit of a discontinuity here because we are bypassing all of the Dunlin material in the book, and some of what happened over there is going to be continuing over here. And my character, of course, didn't see any of that stuff. All that stuff in Dunlin, meeting Nona and all that. And speaking of Nona, she's going to come up pretty quickly here, even though my character has not yet met her.
It is nearly time for you to depart again.
Within the woods of Lorien, guests of Lord Celeborn can recover from their hurts and their toils of the long road. It is my hope that reprieve was of use to you, Petronella. In these dark days, no time of rest is as long as we might wish it to be. It is nearly time for you to depart again. Nona has made a full recovery as she could have, and a greater one than I expected of her. She is waiting for you at the ladder down in these flats. I have made it known that it is my will that she be permitted free movement within the hedges of Caris Galathan. Show her the city of the Galatrine, Petronella. We will speak in my garden when she is satisfied with her exploration of what this city has to offer. So let's go and meet Nona, even though she thinks we've met Nona plenty of times. For us on this character, it'll be the first time. Oh, and there she is. Hello, Nona. I guess I passed her on the way up, probably.
They tell me I was close to death. I remember very little of it.
I remember a creeping shadow and a chill cold as ice sat. The men of that town would not heal me unless I gave them my sword. But you spoke against it, and so did that man. What was his name? Horn? I should thank him for that kindness, even though he is of the horse folk, and we should not trust him too far. The lady of the elf woods told me I could see her city before we departed, if I were well enough. I tell you that I am. This place is a marvel, though my people would not wish to live here. Bring me to some of the notable locations of the city, Petronella. We have some time before we must depart, do we not? I suppose we have a little bit of time there, and we'll get more to Horn later. Horn is in Stangard, and we didn't interact with him there because you only interact with Horn. I think you only interact with him in the epic storyline when you're there. Let's go down. We'll start with the marvel of elven technology, outdoor carpeting. I suppose that with the Galatrine, any carpeting that they have would have to be rated for outdoor use because they don't exactly have too much in the way of indoor stuff. Well, they do actually have some, because some of the buildings, such as the crafting hall and that, do have indoor sections. But now, here is the first of the areas that we are to explore. Because you can see the quest ring, and of course you can see Nona. And there we have a really nice fountain there. And in fact, this fountain is available as a quest reward, I believe. Is that for the epic storyline, or if it is, I think it's for doing the part that's in Stangard, which we've bypassed because that's the last chapter that you do before entering into this one, because now we're in book 7. I think it's book 6 that offers that as a quest reward. Well, actually, I would have it on this server. It's on Honor, which of course we haven't gotten to on that, where this is my only character, but I do have another character that has done all this stuff. So let me see if I can find that fountain somewhere.
This is a place of quiet contemplation.
This is Killerline, the White Fountain of Caris Galathan. It is a place of quiet contemplation, where elves of Lorien are free to enjoy the sound of the water in the pool and the feel of the soft breezes on their skin. Horian looks at Nona dismissively, and you can tell that despite Galadriel's words, not every elf is pleased to have a Dunlending girl within the borders of Lorien. Others can admire the fountain as well, of course. Good grief. Yeah. Nona admires the delicate carving of the swan fountain, despite the elf that's standing next to her. I think the theme song of this play should be "We Can Build a Vertical City." Whee! I'm trying to figure out how two elves passing in opposite directions get around this place. It could be a tight squeeze in some places. Whee! There you go. And here's the next place. As I said, we can build a vertical city. Actually, there isn't all that much carpeting that you see around here. It's mostly wood, which I suppose makes a bit of sense. Hello there.
We see so few visitors to Karas Galathon.
I am sorry, we see so few visitors to Kalas Galathon that our hospitality is perhaps not as it should be. It must seem a very confusing place with flats built on multiple levels of the great Mallard, and wisping stairs and winding stairs and bridges crossing the breezy gaps. I have heard it said that Karas Galathon is as maze-like as the cities of the dwarves. But if this slander is true, at least our maze is above the ground, lit by the glow of the sun and the cool glimmer of the stars. I would forgive any amount of confusion for those dual boons. Oh well. Nona looks onto the void between the flats and says nothing. It's a pretty long way down. It's as dangerous as going through the labyrinth of the dwarves, that's for sure. But, yep, they'd certainly call it the Golden Wood, and yes, it's a very vertical city. Now, there very definitely is a tough spot for two elves to walk down at the same time. Really, I think they could have made this ramp a little bit wider. Talain Galathrine. Now, where is the next part of this tour? Oh, here we are. See, even a Nona there. Now, let's see, what have we got over here? Quite a view. With many a large tree all around, with their ramps and bridges and everything like that.
The Malon trees of Lothlorien are the mightiest to be found anywhere.
Yes, anywhere in these waning years of Middle-earth. It was once not so, but the passage of time and the spreading of darkness has caused much that was once great to wither and diminish. I wonder how these trees will compare to the redwoods in California, because redwoods are some pretty mighty trees after all. So, it would be with the elves, and were we to stay. Already we have stayed too long. It will soon be the time of man, and who can say how that race will deal with the challenges that lie ahead. These Malorns support the Talain Galathrine, the flets on which much of the work of our city is done. Without them, little would be accomplished. I hope the same will not be said of the elves when we have departed. Nona observes the mighty Malorn trees, but says nothing. Let's head back and speak with Galadriel.
I hope you enjoyed your respite.
It brings me sadness to tell you that it must be ended. Well, many things come to an end, I guess. Whee! And with that chapter, we gain a new level. I spoke to you once of the danger that awaited our mutual friends on the road, Petronella. Their circumstances are hidden to me, but I have seen enough in my mirror to worry. Those few of the wise who know of their errand have known a simple truth since they departed. As they move further south, they move closer to the point of decision they can delay, but not avoid. They cannot leave the great river without making this decision. Do they continue south and east to Mordor, or do they pass through the cities of men and thereby take a longer road to the fire? The ring-bearer must go to Mordor, but who will choose to go with him? I fear for the company, Petronella. Peer into my mirror and see if the visions for you are as troubling as they are for Galadriel. Oh, fun. Let's see what is in the mirror.
We always knew that the Company of the Ring would face the difficult decision of what road to take. We simply did not know how soon.
Soon enough, I'm sure. And here's the Company of the Ring. Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, Boromir, Pippin, Merry, Sam. Oh yes, I'm playing Frodo, so that's Frodo. Yeah, that's where we get. That gives us 8, and of course, Gandalf is left the company at Khazad-dûm. There you go. Hello. Well, Frodo, the choice is upon us at last. In Rivendell, you were appointed the bearer of the great burden, and this company has escorted you through the wilderness, beneath the mountains, and along the great river. All of us have done so in friendship and with an understanding of the errand's great need. But now the path splits. Boromir has said from the beginning that his road leads to Minas Tirith, and the war against the shadow that must surely be coming. But that way is not the way to the fire, and it is to the fire that your burden must be carried. What is the fate of the company? Do we go to Boromir City, to Minas Tirith, or do we cross the river and make for the land of shadow? What should we do? And it's time to think about this. Does no one wish to speak? Well, Frodo, you are the bearer, and you must choose your own way. I cannot advise you. What is your decision? You need time to decide? I understand. It is no easy decision. None of these have been easy decisions. If only Gandalf were here. I have tried to play his part as best I can, but I am not he, and the ways of wisdom are shut to me. I am sorry I cannot help you with this decision, Frodo, but it is yours to make, and I do not want to sway your mind one way or the other. You shall have an hour, Frodo, and we'll leave you alone to decide. So let us head to the northwest and start to think about matters. Thoughts of Elrond rise unbidden in your mind. Well, you run into him so often, I guess that's no huge surprise. The ring you bear is the one, the ruling ring, sought by Sauron above all else. The evil he does work with, it would be uncurable. It must be destroyed. The ring must be destroyed. There are those who would use the ring and not destroy it. The temptation to use the ring even for good is overwhelming. That is its power and its danger. The road to the fire is dangerous, but it is the only choice we can risk. Only one choice: to go to the fire. If I go to the fire, how should I go there? Obviously not with Boromir. Ah, but the thoughts of Galadriel rise unbidden in my mind. What does Galadriel have to say? Some rings there are that Sauron never touched, and they were not used for evil. They were used for growth and prosperity, and much beauty was wrought with these. The 3 elven rings belonged to this worthwhile group. You remembered the look of sadness on Galadriel's beautiful face when she spoke of this in Lothlorien. If you fail in your quest, Frodo Baggins, the workings of the 3 will be laid bare before Sauron, and he will control all. But if you succeed, even then there will be little happiness for elves. We will diminish, and all that was wrought with the 3 shall fade. No choice is free from sadness for my people, Frodo. But Galadriel of Lorien would have happened what should happen. Even should it mean that all her good works in this Middle-earth disappear and are forgotten. Goodbye, Frodo. Goodbye. A little bit of an echo of the Shire there in the music. Which would mean that the next thought I run upon would be from the Shire. Up the stairs. Those wonderful stairs that all hobbits love. Yeah. The arch enemy of hobbits. Thoughts of Gandalf rise unbidden in your mind. Well, I guess I first met Gandalf in the Shire, right? To Amon Hen. Few know the inner strength of hobbits as I do, Frodo Baggins. Many, even among the wise, would think the task too much for you. But I have seen the bravery of a Baggins when put to the test, and I know you will do what you must. The memory of Gandalf's warm smile fills you with a deep regret. Yes, there is sadness on any difficult road. You must prepare for more if you are to face what must lie ahead. Your friends are dear to you, but you must be prepared for this truth, Frodo Baggins. Some of them may not return from this quest. Ironic, he's the one who's saying that. If that is why you delay, the quest is already lost. You must decide, Frodo. You must decide. Now we get thoughts of Bilbo. And here's a thought of Bilbo right up ahead. Hi, Uncle. Oh, Frodo, my lad, what have you gotten ourselves into? Trouble and bother, that's what. Something has to be done, Frodo. All those important people with their endless meetings and councils weighing important matters when all that needs to be is the application of some good hobbit sense. Right. You at least need to go to Mordor, Frodo. As long as you have the ring, it is your burden to bear, as it was mine. Merry, Pippin, and Sam, they will be fine. If you bear the ring away, as it is your task to do, our friends will be in less danger. It will not be easy, Frodo, my boy, but it would be for the best. As long as our friends accompany you, their lives are in danger. You don't want that. Best to go to Mordor alone. Aragorn and Boromir are strong men, and they will take care of our friends. Gimli and Legolas will watch out for them as well. Sam will not understand, but in time he may forgive you. What did Elrond say in Rivendell? That it was perilous to study the arts of the enemy, as Sauron did. That must be because they can corrupt even the purest of hearts, no matter its intentions, at the outset. And of course, that's most applicable right now. For Boromir has arrived. Frodo! There you are! I was worried about you! Yeah, I'm sure. I know you said you wanted to be alone, Frodo, but you are simply too important to go wandering alone. If Aragorn is correct in his guess, it means that the orcs have already crossed the river. They could be in the woods even now. Yeah? May I stay and speak, now that I have found you? Of course. That's why he looked for me. Back at the camp, everything is endless arguments about where we should go. But you and I could decide much easier. With two, it need not be a tumult of voices. No, of course not. That way you could try to convince me to go to Minas Tirith. Yes, you hear the wisdom of it. Yes, I am glad, Frodo. I have feared that you would not wish to speak to me. But it lightens my heart to know that you respect the wisdom of Gondor. For Gondor is where the greatest strength of men can be found, and it is where the Dark Lord's gaze is most drawn. Yeah? If you were to come to Minas Tirith with me, we could be able to protect Gondor. What do you say, Frodo? No? Why do you resist the course of wisdom? These elves and wizards speak of hiding and sneaking, and they would have us destroy the very thing we need to defeat Sauron. Why do you listen to them, and not to me? It is my people who will pay the price for the failure of this foolhardy errand. My people will pay, not yours, hiding far away in the hidden dell, where the enemy will never find them, if he even thinks to look. But he looks at Gondor, yes, he does. And he will kill its people, and they will look to me and ask why I was not able to protect them. And I will say, I had this chance, and I let it slip away. I know it is a heavy burden for you, Frodo. You're too small and weak. What if the ring came to a man, a strong man of Gondor? Perhaps you could lend me the ring. Yes, let me use it to save my people, and then I will give it back. Yeah, right. Can you say that? You have the very thing we need to defeat the Dark Lord, but you refuse to use it. You run knowingly to death, and you bring with it the only hope that we had of surviving this war. The ring should be mine. Give it to me. Give it to me, you foolhardy halfling. You have no right to it. If you will not give it to me, I will take it. I will take it by force. Wee. Yeah, right. Okay. Nah. Alright, fine. Now that I've got a ring on my finger. What? Where? Okay, yeah, let's get out of here. Let's see which way. Oh, yes, to the stairs, because he knows that hobbits hate stairs, so therefore if you take the stairs, then he will not guess it. Alright, well, he could go and do that. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Run, Frodo, run! Up the steps! See, even Bilbo agrees that the stairs is the way to go. Up further, up further, up further. Boromir may not be able to see you, Frodo, but other things might. Well, we do have to worry about that possibility. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. Up, 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 oh, Galadriel? Frodo, you do not know your danger. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. All the way up here. Up the stairs and up here. Ooh. You have stumbled blindly to the summit of Amon Hen. Gripped with a sudden feeling of terror. Uh-oh. Ooh, there's an eye looking for me. Ooh. You sense a malevolent presence searching. Searching. Can I hide? Sauron senses the ring.
Take it off, fool! Take it off! Take off the ring!
Yeah. Manage to remove the ring, now that you know what you must do. What do you say? The terror of your recent experience is still with you, but you conjure the kindly face of Gandalf in your memories and try and fight back the dread. You can almost hear his voice, as clearly as when it spoke to you thusly in the library of Rivendell. There are a great many dangers facing Middle-earth, Frodo, and your ring is responsible, even indirectly, for all of them. The orcs of the Misty Mountains stir, and Lorien is threatened with fire. The horsemen of Rohan fight back the wolves of Isengard. The corsairs put to sea from Harad, and endless armies march from the east. The mountain of fire is aflame, and the Dark Lord's forces are in motion. There are men who stand against him, men like Boromir, son of the Steward of Gondor, and your companions. He and the men like him will fight, for as long as they are able. But when all is finished, it seems to me that they are simply men, and for how long can men stand against such evil? No, Frodo, I fear that when all is reckoned, it will come down to one hobbit, after all, and the strength he himself can bring to bear. Perhaps that is always the way such things are meant to be. You know what you must do, Frodo. You know what you must do. And what do we do? Perhaps we'll find that out in the next episode of Piney Plays The Burglar.